Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer here, and today we're going to be looking at the Halo Reach Emile. This came out in Series 1 of the Halo Reach figures, and he's probably everybody's favorite main character from the campaign. So this is a must-have for a lot of people. But before we look at him, we're going to look at the packaging. Here it is. It's the standard Halo Reach packaging. It has Reach getting glassed right here. It's kind of cool. On the back here, they just show some of the other figures in the wave. No descriptions or anything. So back to the figure. Here he is. They got pretty much every detail down from the game that I can see, which is just really good. And like all the other Halo Reach or Halo figures, the articulation is pretty great. So I'll go ahead and go over that. It's got a double ball peg in the head, so you get a lot of movement out of it. That far down, about that far up, so that's pretty good. You get side to side everything. He's got ball hinge shoulders. They don't go up that much, but you can twist them around or anything. So that's not too bad. He's got ball jointed elbows, which swivel at the forearm and in the upper arm here, and you get about I think it's more than that. Is it not? Huh, I thought it was more than that. Little bit less than 90 degrees, actually quite a bit less. In the wrist, ball hinge again, swivel in the forearm and in the wrist. He's got, feels like, yeah, it's a diaphragm joint, so it does crunch pretty good actually, and you get a swivel out of it. It's the same on both sides. His hip, it's kind of strange. It's a swivel here, and then it's almost like a ball joint down here, so you can, or maybe a ball hinge, so you can swivel his, or pull his leg out and swivel it forward. It's a pretty nice design. You get about that much forward out of it, and that much back, so pretty much any pose with the upper leg that you need is you can get it, except for out. It only goes that far out. In the knee, he's got one hinge. I believe it's a ball hinge. You get about 45 out of it, which isn't great. I wish it was more 90, so you could get him into a crouching pose, but that's fine. It also swivels at the top. In the ankles, he's got a ball hinge. Swivels at the top and in the foot here, so if you wanted to, you could twist it around and use it as an ankle rocker like that. He's also got, feels like a ball hinge in the toe, which also swivels like this, so not really the most useful piece of articulation, but it's not terrible. I'm glad it's there. We'll talk about the paint. Really, there are only a couple mess ups on this guy. If you look on his face here, the gold paint that's supposed to be on this raised part on his eye is just a little bit off. Pretty much everywhere else on the face, it's good, nice and clean. And down here on this kind of high gloss black on his upper leg, it spills over onto his inner leg there, off the armor where it's not supposed to be. But other than that, all the paints are good. He's got, like all the other Reach figures, a removable chest, head, and shoulders. And he's also got some extra pieces here, like the shotgun shells on his forearm. Those do peg on, but they're glued, so if you want those off, you're gonna have to damage the figure. Same with this pouch on his side. To remove this, it's glued on, so you would have to damage the figure. But other than, oh, and his belt comes off. He comes with more accessories than any of the other figures, which is good, so let's go ahead and look at those. First off, he comes with his shotgun. It's got a peg in it that's removable. Let's see if I can get it out. Nope. I think my hands are a little slippery. Yeah, but those are removable. If you do want to take them out, you could pull them out with some pliers or something. They do fit. The peg fits into his back here, or if you were crazy, you could put them on his thighs, or one of his thighs. The other one's using this one pegs into the other thigh. But this, a lot of people complained initially about how it doesn't fit in his hand super well. As you can see, it kind of wiggles around in his hand, but if you use the other hand to support it, he will hold it, and if you're not like playing with it, he can hold it on your shelf or whatever. His other accessories are this knife. I believe it's like a kukuri knife, if I remember correctly. It's got kind of a light silver. It's not super chrome or anything, and a black handle, and this will fit in his hands if you play with it for a little while. As you can see there, it's got kind of like an edge on it. It's not sharp or anything, but it is thicker on one side than it is on the other, so it looks like it has a blade. He's got these, they're like canisters. It looks kind of similar to these ones on his chest, but they're a little smaller. And they do peg, let's see if I can do it here on camera, onto this back, one of his back pegs. They fit like that, and see if you can see it there. They lay flush with his body, which is nice. I'm glad that they spent the time to do that. And like all the other Reach figures, he comes with a grenade, which pegs on to one of the pegs on his back. Well, it would if I didn't drop it. Anyways, this guy, he's a main character. He's painted fairly well. His articulation's great. So I give him pretty much a 10 out of 10. If you can get him for a reasonable price, which I doubt at this point, but if you can pick him up, he's definitely worth it. So make sure to tell me in the comments, what you think about him, or if you would like to pick him up or whatever. And I'll see you later.